What is going on, party people? In case you are wondering, it's a good day to have that flag up. You want to know why? The New York Islanders pulled off a blockbuster deal with the Vancouver Canucks, getting their captain, Bo Horvat, to UBS Arena in exchange for Anthony Beauvillier, Aatu Ratu, and their first-round pick this year, which will be top 12 protected, I believe. And at first value, my heart stopped for a bit. I thought it's a real big price tag to get on a guy who's going to be out of a contract by this summer. But, as I took a sit down, as I got a nice cold glass of water, things started to finally dawn on me. To say that the Islanders season was on life support is a bit of an understatement because, they're slipping out of the wild card race. No one can really stay healthy. Lane Lambert's just shuffling the lines, kind of just like playing a game of Yahtzee, just rolling the dice, not really caring who's on what line, who's together. But finally, you get Bo Horvat, who is on pace for a career year. He is just dominating on a pretty terrible Canucks team. 31 goals in 49 games, all-star this year. And you could even think of it as addition by subtraction because as much as I love the guy, Anthony Beauvillier, I think, now that the trade is complete, I think we can now realize that his time on Long Island has long expired. And as sad as it is to say, I just think it's true. After that overtime goal against the Tampa Bay Lightning in that Game 6 a couple of years ago, he just has not been the same guy. Just maybe he's hurt. He just has not been skating the same way we were used to seeing him, flying up and down the ice, making plays, scoring occasional goals, such a streaky guy. But, he's a guy I'm going to miss. He's a guy I have plenty of fond memories from as an Islanders fan. But, Bo Horvat, I think this guy is a real deal. As Trey has said in the NHL Slack, I really don't know what the Canucks are doing. I think they definitely could have gotten a better return than this. I also like Aatu Ratu. I think he's going to have a long and fruitful NHL career. And also this first-round pick, we'll see if the Islanders do miss the playoffs, and that means it'll probably move to Vancouver this year if they're at the back end of the lottery. But again, I think a team could have easily stumped up a little more than what the Islanders gave. A roster player to make the money work, and then you have a pretty high-end prospect. I'd say a B+ or A prospect, and then a first-round pick. Two assets, two real quality assets that I see in there. I'm sure a team would have been able to live with giving up 3 or 4. Like we've talked about, the Colorado Avalanche could really use some help down the middle right now, but that's not here or there. Bo Horvat is a New York Islander. My grade for the Islanders, I would give this a B+. I think he's a guy who could really save their season. A guy who was obviously scoring at a pretty ridiculous pace right now. 31 and 49. That's pretty darn close to a 50-goal scorer right there. And you also think about, is Lou done? Obviously Lou's waking up from his long nap. He's made a big swing at Bo Horvat. Is he done? The first name that kind of sprouted into my mind is Vladimir Tarasenko. Obviously the Blues are a bit of a sinking ship right now. Tarasenko's been on the injured list for a little while. I think he may have come off of it recently. Is St. Louis ready to give him up? Kind of cut ties. Obviously he's a free agent. Also would be another rental for the Islanders, but I think with the additions of Bo Horvat and potentially a guy like Tarasenko, I think Timo Meier, I think it's a little too far out of Lou Lamoriello's price range, especially when you consider what he just gave up. But, Tarasenko, a name that kind of sprouted into my mind. Would you be willing to roll the dice with the Coyotes? You get a guy like Clayton Keller in there, skilled, left-handed, could really shore up that left side. Anders Lee, I love the guy. He's the captain of the Islanders, but he's kind of got cinder blocks for skates right now. He's not the quickest skater in the world, but I think if they can bring another winger into the mix, a real bona fide scorer along with Horvat, then I think we can potentially start talking about the Islanders starting to go swimming with the big fish when it comes to the playoffs. And obviously, I don't like to use those two words, Stanley Cup, because the trade just happened a matter of hours ago. But Lou said he wants his team to compete for a Stanley Cup. We'll see if this guy's a man of his word. The Islanders have blown open the deadline with the first real big move. Again, raise up the flag, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chris Bagdonas here with Vendetta Sports Media, and NHL trade season is officially upon us.